Chapter 50. Stories of 1. Kakasaheb Dixit. 2nd. Shri Tembe Swami. 3rd. Balaram Dhurandhar. Chapter 50 of the original SatCharitra has been incorporated in the chapter 39 as it dealt with the same subject matter. Now, chapter 51 of the SatCharitra has been treated here as chapter 50. This chapter gives the story of 1. Kakasaheb Dixit, 2nd. Shri Tembe Swami, and 3rd. Balaram Dhurandhar. Preliminary. Victory be unto Sai, who is the mainstay of the Bhaktas, who is our Sadguru, who expounds the meaning of the Gita and who gives us all power. O Sai, look favorably on us and bless us all. The sandalwood trees grow on the Malaya mountains and ward off the heat. The clouds pour their rain water and thereby cool and refresh all people. The flowers blossom in the sea and enable us to worship God therewith. So the stories of Saibaba come forth in order to give solace and comfort to the readers. Both those who tell and those who hear the stories of Baba are blessed and holy. It is a well-established fact that though we try hundreds of means or sadhanas, we do not attain the spiritual goal of life unless a Sadguru blesses us with the grace. Hear the following stories in the illustration of this statement. Kakasaheb Dixit. Mr. Hari Sitaram alias Kakasaheb Dixit was born in 1864 in Vadnagar Nagar in Brahmin family at Khandwa, Central Province. His primary education was done at Khandwa, Hinganghat, and secondary education at Nagpur. He came to Mumbai from high education and studied in the Wilson College and then in the Elphinstone College. After graduation in 1883, he passed his LLB and solicitor's examination and then served in the firm of government solicitors Messrs. Little and Co. and then after some time started a solicitor's firm of his own. Before 1909, Sai Baba's name was not familiar to Kakasaheb, but after that he soon became his great devotee. While he was staying at Lonavala, he happened to see his old friend Mr. Nanasaheb Chandorkar. Both spent some time in talking about many things. Kakasaheb described to him while he was boarding a train in London, he met with an accident in which his foot slipped and was injured. Hundreds of remedy gave him no relief. Nanasaheb then told him that he wished to get rid of the pain and lameness of his leg. He should go to Sadguru, Sai Baba. He also gave him all the particulars of Sai Baba and mentioned to him Sai Baba's dictum. I draw to me my man from far off and even across the sea, like sparrow with a sting fastened to its feet. He also made it clear to him that he was not Baba's man, he would not be attracted to him and give darshan. Kakasaheb was pleased to hear all this and said to Nanasaheb that he would go to Baba and see him and pray to him to cure not so much his lame leg but bring around his lame, fickle mind and give him eternal bliss. Sometime after, Kakasaheb went to Ahmednagar and stayed with Sirdar Kakasaheb Mirikar in connection with securing votes for a seat in the Mumbai Legislative Council. Mr. Balasaheb Mirikar, son of Kakasaheb Mirikar, who was a Mamletdar of Kopargaon, also came at the time to Ahmednagar in connection with a horse exhibition there. After the election business was over, Kakasaheb Dixit wanted to go to Shirdi, and both the Mirikar, father and son, were also thinking about a person as a guide with whom he should be sent there. There was Sai Baba was arranging things for his reception. Shama got a telegram from his mother-in-law at Ahmednagar stating that his wife was seriously ill and that he should come to see her with his wife. Shama, with Baba's permission, went there and saw his mother-in-law and found her improving and better. Nanasaheb Panse and Appasaheb Gadre happened to see Shama on their way to the exhibition, and they told him to go to Merikar's house, see Kakasaheb Dixit there, and take him to Shirdi along with him. Kakasaheb Dixit and the Merikars were also informed of Shama's arrival. In the evening, Shama came to Merikar, who introduced him to Kakasaheb. They arranged that Shama should leave for Kopargaon with Kakasaheb by 10 o'clock night train. After this was settled, a curious thing happened. Balasaheb Merikar threw aside the veil or converting on Baba's or covering on Baba's big portrait and showed them same to Kakasaheb. He was surprised to see that he whom he was going to meet at Shirdi was already there in front of his portrait to greet him at this juncture. He was much moved and made his prostration before the portrait. His portrait belonged to Megha. The glass over it was broken and it was sent to Merikars for repair. The necessary repairs were made and it was decided to return with Kakasaheb and Shama. Before 10 o'clock, they went to the station and booked their passage. But when the train arrived, they found that the second class was overcrowded and there was no room for them. Fortunately, the guard of the train turned out to be an acquaintance of Kakasaheb and he put them into first class. Thus they travelled comfortably and alighted at Kopargaon. Their joy knew no bounds when they saw Nanasaheb Chandarkar, who was also bound for Shirdi. Kakasaheb and Nanasaheb embraced each other, and then after bathing in the sacred Godavari river, they started for Shirdi. After coming there and getting Baba's darshan, Kakasaheb's mind was melted, his eyes were full of tears, and he was overflowing with joy. Baba said to him that he was also waiting for him and had sent Shama to receive him. Kakasaheb then passed many years in Baba's company. The built-in Vada in Shirdi, which he had made as his more or less the permanent home, the experience he got from Baba are so manifold that it is not possible to relate them all. The readers are advised to read the special Kakasaheb Dixit number of Sai Leela magazine 12, number 6 to 9. We close this account with the mention of one fact only. Baba had comforted him, saying that in the end he will take him in the air couch Viman, that is, secure him a happy death. This came out true. On 5th July 1926, he was travelling in the train with Hemad Panta and talking about Sai Baba. He seemed deeply engrossed in Sai Baba. All of a sudden, he threw his neck on Hemad Panta's shoulder and he breathed his last with no trace of pain and uneasiness. Shri Tembe Swami. We come to the next story, which shows how saints love each other with the fraternal affection. One Shri Vasudevanand Saraswati, known as Shri Tembe Swami, encamped at Raja Mahendri, Andhra country, on the banks of Godavari. He was a devout, orthodox dhyani and a yogi bhakta of the Dattatreya. One Mr. Pundalikar Rao, pleader of Nanded, Nizam state, went to see him with some friends. While they were talking with him, the names of Shirdi and Sai Baba were casually mentioned. Hearing Baba's name, the Swami joined hands with reverence and taking a coconut gave it to Pundalikar Rao and said to him, "Offer this to my brother Sai with my pranam and request him not to forget me but ever love me." He also added that Swami did not generally bow to others, but in case an exception has to be made. Mr. Pundalikar Rao consented to take the coconut and his message to Baba. The Swami was right in calling Baba as a brother, for he maintained an Agnihotri, sacred fire, day and night. In his orthodox fashion, Baba too kept his Agnihotri, that is Dhuni, ever burning in the masjid. After 1 month, Pundalika Rao and others left for Shirdi with the coconut and reached Manmad, and as they felt thirsty, they went on Revelant for drinking water. As water should not be drunk on an empty stomach, they took some refreshment, that is chivda, flattened rice mixed with spice. The chivda tasted more pungent, and in order to soften it, as someone suggested, broke the coconut and mixed its scraping with it. Thus, they made the chivda more tasty and palatable. Unfortunately, the coconut turned out to be the same that was entrusted to Pundalika Rao. As they neared Shirdi, Pundalika Rao remembered the trust, that is the coconut, and was very soon to learn that it was broken and consumed. He came to Shirdi and saw Baba. Baba has already received a wireless message regarding the coconut from Tembe Swami, and himself asked Pundalika Rao first to give the thing sent by his brother. He held fast Baba's feet, confessed his guilt and negligence, repented and asked for Baba's pardon. He offered to give another fruit as a substitute, but Baba refused to accept it, saying that the worth of the coconut was far more than that of an ordinary one, and it could be replaced by another. It could not be replaced by another. Baba also added, "Now you need not worry yourself any more about the matter. It was on account of my wish that the coconut was entrusted to you and ultimately broken on the way. Why should you take the responsibility of the action on you? Do not entertain the sense of doership in doing good as well as bad deeds. Be entirely prideless and egoless in all the things, and thus your spiritual progress will be rapid." What a beautiful spiritual instruction Baba gave. Balaram Dhurandhar. Mr. Balaram Dhurandhar belonged to the Pathare Prabhu community of Sadguru of Santa Cruz, Mumbai. He was an advocate of Mumbai High Court and sometime principal of the Government Law School, Mumbai. The whole Dhurandhar family was pious and religious. Mr. Balaram served his community and wrote and published an account of it. He then turned his attention to spiritual and religious matter. He studied Gita carefully and its commentary, Jnaneshwari, and other philosophical and metaphysical works. He was a devotee of Vithoba of Pandharpur. He came in contact with Saibaba in 1912. 6 months earlier, his brothers Bapulji and Vamanrao came to Shirdi and took Baba's darshan. They returned home and mentioned their sweet experiences to Balaram and other members. Then they all decided to see Sai Baba. Before they came to Shirdi, Baba declared openly that today many of my Darbar people are coming. The Dhurandhar brothers were astonished to hear this remark of Baba from others, as they had not given any previous intimation of this trip. All other people prostrated themselves before Baba and sat talking with him. Baba said to them, "These are my Darbar people whom I referred to before," and said to the Dhurandhar brothers, "We have been with each other for last 60 generations." All the brothers were gentle and modest. They stood with joined hands looking at Baba's feet. All the sattvic emotions such as tears, choking, moved them, and they were all happy. Then they went to their lodging, took their meals, and after taking a little rest again came back to the masjid. Balaram sat near Baba's, massaging his legs. Baba, who was smoking the chilim, advanced it towards him and beckoned him to smoke. Balaram was not accustomed to smoking, Still he accepted the pipe, smoked it with great difficulty, and returned it reverentially. This was the most auspicious moment for Balaram. He was suffering from asthma for 6 years. This smoke completely cured him of the disease, which never troubled him again. Some 6 years later, on a particular day, he again got attack of asthma. This was precisely the time when Baba took his Mahasamadhi. The day of this visit was a Thursday, and the Dhurandhar brothers had got the good fortune of witnessing the Chavdi procession at night. At the Aarti function in the Chavdi, Balaram saw the glow of Panduranga on Baba's face, and next morning at the Kakad Aarti time, the same phenomena. The same luster of the beloved deity, Pandurang, was visible on Baba's face. Mr. Balaram Dhurandhar wrote in Marathi the life of Maharashtra's Saint Tukaram, but did not survive to see its publication. It was published later on his brother in 1928. In the short note on Balaram's life given in the beginning of that book, the above account of Balaram's visit has been fully corroborated. Vide page 6 of the book. Bow to Shri Sai. Peace be to all.